So I have a little bit of a confession to make for today's episode, and that is I am obsessed with trying to find ways to help you create more easily and sell more of your courses and get your message out into the world. And so today I want to talk about this brand new framework for the way you should think about what you're doing and how to fit it all in to very busy lives. So let's get to it.
Welcome to the Course Creators HQ podcast, helping you navigate the latest techniques for creating and marketing online courses. And now, here is your host, Julie Hood.
So today's episode is a lot of the what you should be doing and why you should be doing it. So let's just jump right in. And one of the observations I made this week was that there are two different approaches to getting going with your online course business. And one of them is the quick cash method. And the other one is more of the long-term build a business and build the systems to go with it. And because of that, there's a couple different approaches that you need to take depending on how you want to move forward. So the quick cash method, this is where you put together a mini course, maybe even with my free hosting training that I've got and AI to help you get it going. And then you spend a few hours and then you can start offering it for sale to maybe your social media contacts, or if you have any kind of email list, like you can have that up and have that making you cash in a hurry. However, the second approach is more of the long-term side of things where you recognize, you know what, I am out to build a long-term business that is going to support me for years and years and years ahead. And I'm going to need to learn a lot of things, build the systems to go with it. And there's a lot more to that piece of the bundle, that piece of the process. And so I've been noticing more and more as I'm working with my one-on-one clients and my group coaching clients. This can take anywhere from 6 months to 3 years to even longer, depending on how much time you have to put into it. And the more one-on-one specific help you can get when you're hitting obstacles, the better this will go for you and the faster it will go for you. But I don't want to tell you like, oh, you're going to be making $1 million tomorrow. Like, it doesn't work that way. So this is one of the reasons that we have twice a week coaching calls in our program is I want you to have lots of opportunities to get any of your questions answered, to get things taken care of so that you are not stuck and spinning your wheels. So I'm putting together my best offer ever to help you with this. And there's a lot of moving pieces. So the sign up isn't ready yet, but I just want to tell you a little bit about it so you can start contemplating on whether this might be a good fit for you. So we're going to start with the foundation, which is having your course or your coaching offer and having that be really, really good, plus getting your email system in place. And notice I said system because it's an ongoing thing for the rest of the life of your business. So we need to get that as systematized as possible so it is easy for you. So those two things are essential. We're going to get going with that. It's a huge hurdle for your long-term business. Once you get that in place, you're golden. Then we're going to move on to how you're going to find your students and how you're going to convert them. So there's a couple different things here that you have to be thinking in on. And I really like to dig deep on customizing a plan that works for you and how you want to market. So I know there's a lot of folks out there that will say, oh, I have this incredible Instagram system. This is what you need. This is how you do it. Or I have this incredible YouTube system and this is how you do it. And this is how you're going to build your business. But I don't do that other than telling you you have to do email. Other than that, we do very specific custom setups, because I want you to work where you're going to have the most impact, where you're going to enjoy it the most, and where your audience is going to be. So this is what we did. I was working with Loretta in the course Profits Accelerator, and we determined that her best customers are on LinkedIn. She already had a lot of connections on there. So we are very much focusing for her on LinkedIn. She built out and added a LinkedIn newsletter that has grown like crazy. And so in just a few weeks, she has 898 subscribers. So, she's going gangbusters, but that doesn't mean that you will see me telling you to go do what she did, because it might not be the right fit for your audience. It might not be the right fit for the way you like to market. And so the next piece of the puzzle is we really focus in on what are you going to do to reach your audience. And some of that is testing out things and trying things and seeing what works. Some of that is using some of the resources that I've built up over the past 20 years on really figuring that out. And then one of my favorite parts of this course, Profits Accelerator 2.0, is the pricing, because I've got 4 different options for you to hit nearly every budget. So watch for more details. They're coming. Hopefully you're on my email list, so you'll get more of the information about this and getting going. And I hope you will join us, because this is what you need to keep moving forward. Okay, so back to this framework that has been bouncing around in my head over the past few weeks. And I realize we're going to be talking about it over the next few weeks of the podcast. And so let me give you the overview today, and then we'll dig in more as we go. The first part of it is build. And by build, there's so many things you have to build in order to build your course creation business. Obviously, your course. I also like to see you have a coaching offer, because that can help sometimes at the beginning with getting some revenue in the door. You have to build a free lead magnet. You have to figure out and build a way so that you can get paid. You have to build out landing pages and sales pages and all of these things that you're going to be building at the beginning. Optionally, you might build a website that, at some point you'll need that, but that isn't something you need immediately. And then your social media, building them out and setting those up so that you've got places to connect with people. So build is the first phase of this framework. The second piece of the framework is we move into nurture. And nurture is where you're getting leads, you're finding them, they are connecting with you, and you are nurturing them with the pieces of the puzzle that you decide to do. So definitely, it's that email newsletter, but the nurturing could be other things too. Like for me, a big one is this podcast. I love getting to talk to you each week and talk about what's going on and share some ideas with you. So every time we get to connect, it's one more way that I get to share what I'm doing and talk with you and build my credibility with you, honestly. And I was listening to an expert yesterday who was saying folks need 40 hours of content with you before they purchase. And that's a lot of content, but if I'm doing podcast episodes, we're going to get there faster. So the nurturing side of the puzzle is the middle piece. And this is where we're figuring out, okay, what's it going to take from somebody raising their hand and saying, hey, I'm interested in what you're talking about, to actually signing up and purchasing your coaching offer or purchasing your course from you. What does that look like? And then the third phase of this framework is the conversion. And that's where you're actually taking people who have signed up, who have raised their hand, and you're converting them into your students, into your coaching clients. And there's so many ways to do this. And so part of what I do for you is I'm constantly exploring, oh, let's go try this. What's this person talking about? How is this person converting people? What are they doing? What's this other person doing? How are they converting? How are they getting the leads? And then how are they turning them into sales? And so then, because I'm always looking around to find these different ideas for you, part of what we do in Course Profits Accelerator then is we're going to focus in on the best places for you to convert, like Loretta, where she's converting her LinkedIn leads to her newsletter so that she can nurture them and then convert them into students. So it's build, nurture, convert. And as you are thinking about where you are in that process, you can start kind of measuring, okay, how far am I down the build ladder? How far am I, do I nurture the people who are interested in what I'm doing? How well do my conversions work? Where can I improve that? Where can I do better to, convert more leads, convert more sales? What are some things I can try to see if maybe that will increase? So build, nurture, convert are the 3 pieces of that framework. And then across all 3 of these levels of this framework, you have to learn how to do all these things. So, the short way is you can learn from other people who have already been there. They know the obstacles, they know and can direct you on the short way to get there. Or the long way, you can spend many, many hours on YouTube, a lot of times sifting through conflicting messages. I can't believe how often I will get an email one day that says, hey, you must do this. And then a few hours later I get, this isn't working anymore. And it's the same topic. So you can spend a lot of time on that. Or you can kind of work with folks who can help you speed up this process. So I have 3 questions for you that when you are looking for a coach or signing up for any kind of coaching course creation program, 3 things I want you to make sure that you are asking and that you find out before you give someone money. So the first one is, how much personal attention will you get? So there are some gurus out there who don't actually teach what they're selling. Their big focus is being the seller and running the business. And then they have a team of coaches who teach. And so just so you know, when you sign up, that's what you're signing up for, because otherwise, I want you to make sure you're getting what you're expecting. So this is not how I work. I am still in the trenches with you. I am on the calls. I'm the one giving you advice and teaching for my programs. Second question for you to ask, how much technical help will you get? And I can remember a very, very famous person who's really good at marketing, helping people with courses, and had nothing on the technical side as far as where to put it, how to get it set up, how to sell it. Like, it was just the creation. And so make sure you're finding out if you will get technical help on the details. And so it's so essential that's why when folks sign up with me through my Kajabi link, they get my Kajabi step-by-step, click-by-click course. They get that for free because I want you to know how to do the technical side of things. And then luckily I've worked with a lot of these different tools, so I can possibly point you in the right direction for, if you're getting stuck with the technical side of things. So we use our twice a week coaching calls to really jump in on some of those things and log in and show people exactly where to click and what to change and what to do. And then the third question I want you to ask is, how far ahead of you are they? And let me explain, because it's a little bit more subtle to understand it and not something I grasped when I first started. Because a lot of times you'll hear like a $10 million creator that is selling their latest thing and they want to share it with you. And they want to teach you. And it sounds like, oh, that should be great. Like, I should learn from somebody who's at that level, right? Well, maybe not. And here is why. The techniques that they are now using at the $10 million level, for example, are not the techniques that you can use at the beginning because they have so much more capital than you do. So they have money to spend on team members. They have money to spend on getting leads. They have money to spend on improving things. Where if you're more at the bootstrapping stage, where you have to make every penny count and every penny work, you want to learn from someone who has done that recently and can walk you through what that looks like. So, if you're working with a coach that wants you to spend $5,000 on Facebook ads to get going, like that might not be practical for you. If it is, fantastic, go for that coach. They've done it, they can help you. If it isn't, then make sure you're looking for a coach who's more at the level that you are, that can teach from the level that you're at and knows how to help you where you are. So those 3 questions I think are really, really helpful in finding the right coach for you to work with. So how much personal attention will you get? How much technical help will you get? And how far ahead are they from the stage of business that you are in? And working with those 3 things, I think, can really make sure you have a good match with the next person that you work with. So I hope this has given you some food for thought. Where am I building? Where am I nurturing? Where am I converting? And where can I improve those things? And over the next couple of weeks, we will continue talking about them and give you some more information. So I hope you're having a fantastic start to the summer season. We're just heading that way here in the U.S., and I hope you're having a wonderful time and that we get to work together. I want to work with you this summer on your coaching and your courses and your offers and all the fun stuff to help you build your business. So have a wonderful week. I will catch you on the next episode. And thank you so much for subscribing, for listening, for following in Apple Podcasts, for reviewing, all of those things. I so appreciate it. And I thank you for the space in your ears this week. Take care. Have a wonderful time, and I'll talk to you soon.